But what an event it was, and to watch it yesterday unfold was honestly incredible.
First off, props to the golf course. And I know the weather conditions wasn't favourable for a few of the days, but the golf course grew on me tremendously. From when we played it a few weeks ago to actually the Open, I thought it was a really, really good golf course. And I love this idea that so much of it does actually depend on the elements.
Yeah.
Because that is the Open. It's not glorified, beautiful sunshine playing golf and it's just target golf. The guys playing in the morning compared to the afternoons are almost playing different golf courses. And yeah, it's a little bit of luck of the draw, but it's the fact you've got to manage your expectations and you've got to be able to play in any condition. And one day you're hitting 9-iron 200 yards, the next time you're hitting a 9-iron 50 yards. Like, it's just amazing for all those different characteristics.
I agree. The only thing that somehow I think needs looking at, but it never could be, and you're right, the luck of the draw, is the fact that the guys that went out early Saturday had a different golf course, those who went late on Saturday. And that felt unfair because the guys who were going out late on Saturday were playing better golf, hence why they were
extended
there.
The lead.
So I was thinking, although this would never happen, would there ever be a way where the top guys after Friday almost get to choose their tee time? It wouldn't work for TV and etc. But imagine that would be the luxury of, right, Justin Rose and Rick Shiels, you're both 8 under par, playing great. What time do you want to go out tomorrow on Saturday? And you look at the forecast, you go, we're going to go early because the weather's meant to be bad in the afternoon.
But you never get the guys agreeing.
I know, exactly. But
and then last, again, we're not going to go through every single situation of the round unfolding, but it was so teed up, the start of the final round, there were so many players in contention. I don't know if I'd ever seen such a packed leaderboard with so many different storylines. You had in there Scotty Scheffler, who has been dominating golf for the last 2 years. Like, he was lurking around. You had Billy Horschel, who was actually leading the Open going into the final round. You had guys like Sam Burns, who could have done something, Russell Henley. You had home favourites like Justin Rose, who I will come on to Justin in a minute. I don't know if I've ever wanted a golfer to win a golf tournament more in my entire life existence ever.
The only one that's close was the US Open a few years ago when Tommy was really in contention.
Yeah, that's true.
But other than that,
you had the storylines of Daniel Brown in there. You had Tristan Lawrence. Like, you had so many different storylines. Shane Lowry. Like, it was absolutely brilliant. And then you just never knew which way it was going to go. It could have unfolded 5 or 6 different ways yesterday. And even as the players reached the turn after 9 holes, a lot of them navigated the 8th hole very nicely. I loved how it was only playing 100 yards yesterday. But then you get to the back 9, it's like, right, who's got the minerals? Who is going to play the best golf as the wind started to drop on that back 9 at Royal Troon, which has notoriously been so difficult all week to go around that back 9 in level par. People were celebrating and were happy. This time now, it's going to be a case of who has got the minerals to shoot an incredible score. And there was one man for the job, Xander Schauffele. He played incredible. Yeah. The back 9, honestly, he did not miss a shot. I know probably most people listening watched it, but he was just unflappable. He didn't put a foot wrong. If he got a tiny bit out of position, he made it, he got up and down. I mean, that birdie he made on 11, which is the famously ridiculously hard par 4, made a great birdie on there, a great up and down birdie on 16 after leaving it just short, middle of the green on 17, middle of the green on 18, just phenomenal golf. And he went there and he grabbed the claret jug by the neck and he wanted it.
You're right, and we had a question on Facebook. If you're not a member of our Facebook group, please do come and join. Search on Facebook for the Rick Shiels Golf Show podcast. And this is from Tim Morris, and his question was, which we've basically just answered in what you've just said there, Rick, but in your opinion, what makes a great major tournament? Is it an unexpected winner, a leaderboard stacked with big names at the top, or crazy hard course / conditions, etc.? I think he's pretty much hit the nail on the head with that. But also what happened, yes, okay, you wouldn't say that Xander was an unexpected winner, obviously. World number 4, I think, going into this event. But when you look at that leaderboard, which you alluded to then, you had Xander Schauffele, who obviously went on to win, who was really asserting his dominance and also almost looking at Scotty Scheffler going, you think you're number 1, do you? I'll have 2 majors this year, kind of thing.
What's mad, he's world number 3.
Yeah. And you look at his major resume, it's unbelievable. You then got Justin Rose, who has been around for forever, who has got 1 major title already, who was just so so polished in his game. He just looked so good out there. The passion that he had as well was phenomenal to see.
And he'd come through Open qualifying.
Exactly, the absolute dream of the Open. You then obviously had Shane Lowry, you had John Rahm, you did have Scott, you had Matthew Jordan at tied 10, who obviously did well last year at his home course at Royal Liverpool. He again seems to be set up for Open championships. Great to see him doing so well. But you looked at that leaderboard and the stories you had from like literally world number 1 and world number 4 in Scotty and then Schauffele.
I think he was already world number 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, right, okay, fair dues. And you had guys who were obviously like a Daniel Brown who've come through qualifying who are relatively unknown to most people. You've then got a guy like a Shane Lowry, etc. Russell Henley, Billy Horschel. There were so many avenues it could have gone down, none of which would have disappointed me, I think. I was very happy to see Xander win. Obviously, like you, I was cheering on for Justin Rose, who we have spent a bit of time with recently, who's a really nice guy. But I think...
Sorry, just a quick one as well. Update. Xander's actually now gone to world number 2.
Well, there you go.
He's gone ahead of Rory.
And I don't think anyone can argue with that, can they?
It's now Scotty Scheffler, Xander Schauffele, Rory McIlroy, Ludwig Oberg is world number 4. And obviously that's the official world rankings. Yeah, genuinely, that back 9. I mean, so we had a great week at the Open. Phenomenal. I was there as a work capacity from Monday all the way to Saturday. I drove home Sunday morning. I watched the golf at home with the family, hoping to have that lovely bonding experience where I sat down on the couch and watched it with my 3 children. Wasn't the case. They were less interested in the golf than I've ever seen.
Do you want to see, unfortunately I can't show this on camera because you'll see why, but have a quick look at this video I'm going to show Rick now of why I couldn't watch it in peace. So you'll see what I was faced with. Yeah. So I'm just showing Rick a video of my little daughter.
It's a naked baby.
She was running around naked with no clothes on, giving me random shoes when I was trying to watch the golf.
It's just, honestly, we're trying to watch golf with kids. And like I say, I was really romanticising this idea that I was going to come home, the kids hadn't seen me all week, we're going to have a nice cuddle, and I'm just going to be able to sit on the couch, watch the golf with the kids. Honestly, Jude wanted me to play cricket. The girls wanted me to teach them how to go on the skateboards and roller skates. I mean, listen, I was saying I'm locked into the golf, and I really was. And that... I've never been, and I'm genuinely mean this, and I remember when Tommy did so well, was at the US Open when he was knocking at the door and he shot that incredible final round. But I felt like Justin was right there. Like it could have gone any way. He was flawless in 3 rounds of golf. And to be honest, even yesterday, I'm sure he wasn't that disappointed with his round of golf. Like the top 10 played really solid golf. I think Sam Burns was the only one that kind of dropped off the leaderboard a little bit. But he shot, was it a 68? 67 Justin Rose shot. And he got beat by 2 by Xander, who shot 65. Like, could he do much more? And he'll look at that back 9 and maybe look at a few putts that slipped away. But none of them were gimmies. Like, he made that silly little kind of misjudgment. I'm saying silly, that's quite critical, it's quite harsh. But he made a bogey on 12. He hardly made a single bogey all week. He made that bogey on 12, and then he had opportunities for a birdie on 13, 14, and 15, and they all slipped narrowly past. That's where Xander holed a couple of those, and that was the biggest difference.
You're right, but I think you might have a different take on this from me, and it'd be nice to actually maybe we'll message Justin if he'll get back to us and hear his take on it. But I don't feel like Justin Rose will walk away from that disappointed. There'll be a part of him thinking, oh, so close. I'd love to get obviously a claret jug. But I feel like he didn't lose it. He just got beaten by a better player on the day, simply. He had to qualify, as you say. So first of all, getting into the Open would have been his main objective, which he did. Obviously, of course, it's Justin Rose. Making the cut would be his next objective again, which he did with ease. I think coming tied second in that stellar performance, I think there's a lot of positives to take from that. It doesn't feel like he'll be leaving too disappointed.
No. And you're right, because it's not as if he didn't have a blow-up hole all day. He's not like a blow-up hole all week. It's not like saying, oh, God, if I just didn't have that triple bogey in the second round. But he played really, really solid golf. He had that look in his eye all week that you're like, wow, this guy is just on it. You can tell he's absolutely ready for this. And again, because we filmed with him selfishly, I was hoping the old Ricky Shiels good luck charm was going to work its wonders. I would say that's a successful good luck charm that he came tied second.
You would, absolutely. And I think as well, like, you look at these guys and we often think that it's winning that matters to them, and winning is the only thing that matters. And to a degree, that is the case. Obviously, that's how they get to this elite level. But also, they will take a lot from a good performance. And going into this week, Justin Rose was world number 67. He's now 34. So he's inside the top 50. That gets him obviously into all the majors. That's the kind of place where these guys want to be and should be. A guy like Justin Rose should never be outside the top 50, really. I don't think he is very often, to be fair. But yeah, I think, he wants to win, of course, because he wants to leave with that claret jug in the back of his car, and, that would be his absolute career, I think, solidified, having 2 major championships. However, going away tied second will give him a lot of positives, I think, for the rest of the season into next year.